get our acceleration here with this Discovery Sport. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're going to be reviewing a 2023 Land Rover Discovery Sport R Dynamic. First and foremost, so a huge shout out and thank you to the Land Rover of Lehigh for giving me some time with this Discovery Sport. Now, something that's really cool about the Land Rover of Lehigh is they do not charge any markups over MSRP. A lot of Land Rover / Jaguar dealerships are doing that in today's market. So if you want to buy one at MSRP, definitely check them out. Link to their inventory in the description down below. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into the video. So under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder that goes through a 9-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 19 around town and then 23 on the highway, with power outputs being 246 horsepower and then 269 pound-feet of torque. Now let's go over the front end of the Discovery Sport. So first off, you can see we've got the Discovery logo there, front and center. And then it's the black accent piece here at the top. And I picked out this one because I think red just looks so cool in the Discovery Sport. Notice here at the daytime running lights, and you can see the headlights super bright. We've got this venting here off to the side that's blacked out. Parking sensors here on the front end. Notice the sensor right there. And then we have our subtle R Dynamic badge there on the other side. And yeah, overall I think it's a really good looking vehicle from a front end perspective. And if you guys are wondering, that's what it looks like in white. Now coming on the side here, I've got two 35mm tires wrapped around 20-inch wheels in the front and then over in the rear as well. And then you can see from a design perspective, notice how the wheel is darker, but we also have those red brake calipers, which, you know, is cool because again, it kind of like matches the red paint on this particular Discovery. And then here's a quick look at the front suspension. I like how the fender flare is body painted. We have our Discovery logo here on the side. Mirrors are blacked out. Notice the roof is also blacked out, and you can see the fender flare there on the back is also body painted, and the fenders kind of pop out a little bit, so it looks pretty good. Now here's a key fob. We have our unlock function, lock function. This is for the lights, and then this is to open up the hatch. So just press that and, well, it'll pop right open. Now popping to the rear, I think it's cool about Land Rovers is they give you a bunch of stuff from the factory. You have like this whole kit that it comes with, which is definitely cool. We got the little cargo net here, and then this is to throw down the seats in the rear. We also have a cargo cover built in. And then also got the USB, and then we have a 12-volt there on the other side. And then if we move this, you can see the storage space with the spare tire underneath as well. And yeah, overall, definitely practical from a storage space perspective at the rear. Got this handle if you want to throw it down, but obviously it's automated, so just press the button. There you go. Now let's finish things with the rear of the Discovery Sport. So you can see here with the tail light design. Notice we got the Sport logo, Discovery here stamped into the back, and then notice the black trim here at the bottom with the parking sensors. And then you can see here at the very bottom, and notice that we don't have any exhaust tips showing or anything like that. And they did that so that it just has like a clean design with the rear, which I think looks great. So popping to the interior, this is where things get pretty interesting. So notice we have our red contrasted stitching here, which I think looks fantastic. I love the grab handle. You can see a speaker for the Meridian sound system. And then here are the seats in the rear. So again, with that red stitching, and then notice perforated in the center. And then you got like little rivets here in the center. And then notice with the red piping. And then popping in, legroom, headroom, and notice the little storage pocket right here. We've got our climate controls here for the rear. We've got some vents, got some charging ports. Notice we got our cup holder, armrest, storage space situation. Love the look of the door panel. It looks really cool, but let's head to the front. Now here is the front door panel. You can see with the stitching again in red here and then down below. And then notice the piano black trim here. I love the door handle again, really nice from a material standpoint. All of the window controls and the mirror adjustments are here at the top. We do have blind spot monitoring for the mirrors. And then we've got memory seats down below. Again, Meridian sound system. And then here's the front seat again with that red stitching. Notice perforated here in the center. And you got the piping on these sides. Power adjustments. And then here's the pedal layout. And then notice with the parking brake right there and then the opening for the hatch. And then you can see here, again with the padding, and then notice the stitching that goes across. Let's pop in. So here is the steering wheel for the Discovery Sport. You can see really nice trim all around. And then we have the funky paddle shifters here on the back, and they have like the finger holds. Just unique. We have our turn signal light stock, windshield wiper stock, all that normal stuff. But then notice Discovery logo, controls for the center stack, voice command controls. We got our heated steering wheel button right there. And then we have like our cruise control as well. And there you go. Now, sorry about the glare on the gauge cluster. I tried to figure out a way to get rid of it, and yeah, it's not happening today with where the sun's located. So bear with me. Anyways, you got like analog gauges on either side, and then we have that screen there in the center, which you can scroll through different bits of info here. Just like other Land Rover models, resolution on it is fantastic. Super customizable with all the stuff you can go into, and there you go. Now here's the infotainment system. First off, if we pop it into reverse, we do have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. Then you have your other viewpoints that you can see through with the camera itself, which is great. And yeah, overall, solid camera system. Now we have the shortcut bar here on the side, and notice the response time with the screen is fantastic. And just like other Land Rover models, you got all of your stuff to help out with off-roading, so you guys can see the elevation that we're at currently right now. And then you got like your slope assist, wheel info as well. And yeah, it's just cool, all the different stuff that you can see here. And then you also have this screen, which has like low traction launch, for example. And then again, the 4x4 information and all that. Basically, all you need to know, infotainment system has a ton of like off-road and on-road stuff that you can look through. Response time's great, and it's nicely integrated here into the dash. So we've got a bunch of controls here in this area. Most of it's for the climate system, but you can see we've got our hill descent control here. This is like your off-road cruise control, stability control, auto stop start. And then this is actually for the seats. You press it in to do the seats, and then press it again for the temperature. Press that button for the fan speed. And then this is for the drive mode select. So there's a bunch of different drive modes. This is your comfort here, eco. And then you have this for your dynamic, and then you can go back to the auto. And then they also pop up here. So you can see right here, you got a grass, gravel, snow, mud, ruts. Then we have our sand mode that you can go between from a drive mode perspective. And then once you've selected your drive mode, just press that again, and then it'll go back to normal. But yeah, pretty cool how it's integrated. Now we have our storage space here with the wireless phone charger, and then USB next to it. We've got the shifter for that 9-speed automatic. It does have a manual shift function. And then we have a couple of cup holders right here. And you can see the stitching on the center console. And then notice the storage space inside of it. And then you've got the USBs as well. Pretty solid setup overall. And then notice here on the dash again with the red stitching, and then you can see the glove box setup right here. And yeah, definitely like the look of it overall. And then popping up top, we do have controls here for the sunroof. We do have a full panoramic sunroof here at the top, and then darker colored headliner, pretty standard setup. So sorry about the glare here, and the window sticker you can see is kind of like a little bit back without it's hanging on the window. But anyways, standard equipment on that side, and then you guys can see here on this side, this is just the optional equipment. So notice that we've got base MSRP of $48,600, and then after all options on this particular one, total MSRP is $56,105, and let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood. Both the mirrors, which do have blind spot monitoring. And throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. So, setting off here in the Discovery Sport. And this is kind of like, you know, the entry level to the Land Rover brand. But don't be fooled. This is still a really cool and capable SUV. So, first off, let's talk about seat comfort before we get on the road. So the seats are actually really comfortable. I was not expecting that. A lot of times in, you know, your entry-level vehicles, they don't have the most comfortable seats, but they've definitely done a good job with this. 9-speed's actually solid. So setting off, ride quality is really smooth too. So that's great. Now the one downside to this particular package is it doesn't have air-conditioned seats, and it's getting kind of hot. So that would be nice to have, but the air conditioning itself works great, so no complaints with that. Handling on this is fantastic too. It's another big plus. It's super smooth. And I'm not going terribly quick, but it seems like wind noise is pretty minimal here with the Discovery Sport. And then going through here. Yeah, going over little bumps and everything, it doesn't upset it. This would be a great daily driver, frankly. I'm going to press the vehicle button here. We're going to pop it over into the, not eco, dynamic. I'm going to pop into the dynamic mode. Get acceleration in a little bit. But yeah, so far it's really comfortable. This would be a fantastic daily driver. I love how the screen gets all red and dynamic. It's like, you're in the sport mode now, so we're going to be red and aggressive. Let's get our acceleration here with this Discovery Sport. Yeah, it's peppy. So I will say that I definitely do prefer the 8-speed that Land Rover uses in their other models. I'm just going to pop it back into the auto mode. I do prefer the 8-speed, but this 9-speed it's great. Yeah, it's just not as smooth and seamless as the 8-speed they have in other vehicles. And we're actually going to turn the fan speed down a little bit. You guys are probably annoyed by that the whole video. But yeah, summing things up here with the Discovery Sport. So first off, from a looks perspective, it's, you know, kind of looks like a baby, you know, Range Rover Sport, kind of, right? There's some big key differences, but, you know, kind of has that aesthetic. And then interior is actually really nice on this. Again, especially considering the price point and, you know, the performance and all that you're getting. And then, you know, from a driving perspective, it's smooth, it's comfortable, it's a great daily driver. And so really what this does is this gives you a really solid vehicle and, you know, again, entrance into the Land Rover brand. And so if you basically want a Land Rover and, you know, you want like the looks and you want the comfort and everything, but you don't want to pay, you know, 6 figures plus for one, then that's what this Discovery Sport gives you. And so, yeah, that's kind of what you're looking for. Definitely check one of these out. That's gonna sum things up for our video on this Discovery Sport. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Land Rover here in Lehigh for giving me some time with this Discovery. Check out the inventory in the description down below. I'll see all of you in that next video.